Camilla Parker Bowles quote on her gardening hobby and reveal honey harvested from Clarence house. Prince Charles is known for his love of the countryside and his passion for plants and nature. But some may not be aware that his wife Camilla is also green-fingered with a long-standing interest in gardening. The Duchess of Cornwall has spoken about how she looks after her garden, and the challenges that she faces doing so, in a special guest appearance on BBC Two's Gardener's World. As presenter Monty Don showed Camilla around the programme's garden Longmeadow in Herefordshire, Western England, the Duchess shared how important she thought gardens had been to people during the pandemic. "I think gardens got people through COVID. They realised how special a garden was and what they could do with it," Camilla said. "It was a sort of spiritual experience for them. They discovered a sort of affinity with the soil. You can go into a garden and you can completely lose yourself. You don't have to think about anything else. You're surrounded by nature, you've got birds singing, you've got bees buzzing about. There is something very healing about gardens." Of her own garden, the Duchess told how she has a woodland area and would love to build that up more. "I would love to put down swathes of bulbs, and I would also like to have a proper wildflower meadow," she added. However, Camilla is also acutely aware of the challenges that blight gardeners' efforts. "I'm very lucky I've got a big vegetable garden, but you get the mice, the voles this year, all ate the asparagus roots and got into the strawberries, so you can never win, there's always something," she said. The Duchess, who is now 74, retained her own private home, Raymill House, in Wiltshire, after she married Prince Charles in 2005. She often spends time there with her children and her 5 grandchildren. However, her life changed substantially when she wed the heir to the throne and committed herself to public duties. "My mother was a mother, she didn't really work apart from bringing us up, which a job in itself, but at an age where most people are thinking of retiring, she is suddenly having up to 20 or 30 engagements a day," her son Tom Parker Bowles told Australia's Channel 9 in 2015. "She's brilliant at it, she's always been brilliant with people." Prince Charles and the Duchess Camilla on Thursday shared pictures of the Clarence house garden. The royal couple's official Twitter account posted pictures of the vegetables grown in the garden. In a quiet corner of the Clarence house garden sits Their Royal Highness's organic vegetable patch, featuring potatoes, kale, squash, carrots, beetroot, runner beans and more. Read a tweet. According to the couple, Clarence house is also home to over 90,000 bees, who live in the garden's 2 beehives. "Honey is harvested from the hives once a year," said another tweet. The Duchess of Cornwall loves gardening, however complained on Gardener's World about vegetable patch invaders attacking her produce. Camilla reveals to the Gardener's World presenter Monty Don that uninvited guests had invaded her vegetable patch and eaten her produce. She spoke of mice and voles devouring her strawberries and eating the asparagus roots she had planted during the pandemic. The Duchess toured Don's garden Longmeadow in Herefordshire, and said gardening became a spiritual experience for many during the pandemic and that she has begun to develop a woodland garden. Discussing the rodent culprits, Camilla said, "I'm very lucky I've got a big vegetable garden, but you get the mice, the voles this year, all ate the asparagus roots and then they got into the strawberries, so you can never win, there's always something." Don replied to the Duchess, "I think you just have to accept that there are some things that are just not going to go for you this year, whatever it might be." Camilla is not alone, however. The Royal Horticultural Society said 4 species of mice and voles, the wood mouse, yellow-necked field mouse, bank vole, and short-tailed vole can cause damage to gardens.